Greetings, everyone. It's Glenn Kellaway coming to you from the basement. This is the last time I will be in the basement for a couple of weeks. I am heading to Florida tomorrow morning. We're leaving early a.m. We'll be in Florida on Thursday. Wednesday night, I'm staying in Roanoke, Virginia, going to see my friend Sam St. John. We're going to be announcing the winner of our contest, which has been going on Sam's channel. Last day today to enter. Come up with a name for our band. So we've got 3 songs we're going to play for the contest. We're going to pick a name for our duo and play one of the tunes that someone suggests. There's an Amazon gift card in it for you. So check Sam's channel probably tomorrow for the announcement of the name and who won the contest. Before I go to Florida, I wanted to leave you with a video, and I thought I would discuss anthology sets. These are all on CD. I think CD is the format you have to have an anthology set on, just because, to me, an anthology set versus a best of is more like a greatest hits package, and the odd time they toss in a new song or something, but most of the time it's just a compilation of their top 40 hits or their most well-known songs, versus an anthology where I feel like it's more of a career retrospective, something I'm more into because I'm not a top 40 guy. I appreciate my favorite band's popular songs, and I like to have them, but I like to hear the deeper tracks and stuff, and sometimes I don't have a whole catalog, and a lot of these bands, I don't have their whole catalog, so it's nice to have, and affordable to have, a good retrospective of their career, the hits, the deep tracks, some outtakes, some live stuff, however they mix it up, make it interesting, and you got me. So I've got a few of them here. I was going to rank them, and then I thought, no, I'm going to do what my good friend Larry Graves does. I'm going to rank them individually, not against each other. I'm just going to grade them 1 to 10 on how I feel about them. So I'm going to start with a 10. Traffic. Now this is a band I have one album of on vinyl, Low Sparkle High Heeled Boys, and I have one other CD, their first release. That's it. So this, Smiling Phases, is a fantastic anthology set. I absolutely love this one. It gets a lot of love in my house. I'm actually just downloading it now to put on a memory stick to take in the car with me on our road trip. But this has everything. Purple Sun, which was their first hit record in the 60s. Smiling Phases was another early hit, and it goes right up to the later stuff, like Rock and Roll Stew and Fantasy Factory, and When the Eagle Flies was a kind of a later album. Low Sparkle High Heeled Boys is on here. John Barleycorn, great set, and it's very well respected as a set that sounds really good too. It does. It sounds great. The CD sounds fantastic. There's the songs, if you want to see them. I can hold them up there for a sec. But highly recommend this set, and I give it a 10 out of 10 on this one. So I'm going to start off with a top one. Let's go one, Jerry Garcia. I'm a big Jerry Garcia fan. I do have his solo albums and a lot of Dead stuff, but a lot of people don't. And if you're just interested in getting something, Rhino puts out great sets. Rhino's probably the best at doing these anthologies. And although this one's called The Very Best of Jerry Garcia, I dare anybody to name me a top 40 Jerry Garcia song. I don't know if Jerry ever had a hit as a solo artist. Anyway, so this put out by Rhino is a good career retrospective. The first disc is all studio tracks and goes right from his first solo album to some of his Jerry Garcia band stuff, Cats Under the Stars and Run for the Roses, Bird songs, songs that became staples for the Dead in their live show. A lot of stuff started off on Jerry Garcia solo albums. Deal, Bird Song, Sugary, Loser, The Wheel. Russian Lullaby is, I love when he does that old song. And then on side 2, there's tracks from the Old and in the Way project. stuff with the Jerry Garcia acoustic band, stuff with just the Jerry Garcia band, like covers of Positively 4th Street, and my favorite live track on the album, The Harder They Come, the Jimmy Cliff song. It's fantastic. Live version of Dear Prudence, Senor, Bob Dylan song, Evangeline, which is, I love the Los Lobos version of that song, and a live version of Dio. So this is a great, great retrospective of Jerry's career. I love that picture. That's very cool. But highly recommend that if you're just a casual fan. This one, sadly, is out of print. One of the best. Oh, I should have rated that Jerry Garcia. I'm going to give it a 8 out of 10. How's that? An 8. 7.5. 7.5. Sounds good. Everything's cool with it. Just probably not as mainstream. So I'm giving it a little less. John Prine, the great John Prine. The John Prine Anthology, Great Days. This was put out by Rhino quite a few years ago. I'm not quite sure if the date is on here. It is. It came out in the 90s, I believe. Maybe 2000. Sometime around there, anyway. It covers right up to, what's the album with Sins of Mephisto and that on it, and All the Best, and it's just a great retrospective of John's career. Sadly out of print. If you can find it, grab it. It sounds great. There's live version of Angel from Montgomery with Bonnie Raitt. Live version, well, Dear Abby was a live version on the album anyway. It's just, it's a great Souvenirs live version with Steve Goodman, incredible. Highly recommend this set if you can find it. Comes with a nice book, lots of early pictures. Look at John there, so cool. Goes right through his whole life story in here. It's just this is another 10 out of 10. This one is fantastic. Individually wrapped in plastic, housed, I should say. Great set. Look for it. Next, another Rhino anthology. Love this female artist, Rickie Lee Jones. I think I highlighted her on my top 10 favorite female artists a couple of weeks ago. This is a great anthology. It's called Duchess of Coolsville. What a great title. An anthology. Goes right back to her early days. And there's some cool shots of Rickie Lee performing. 2 discs. 3 discs, actually. And then a book that comes attached with a bunch of information on the album. Great sounding. This is is this an SACD? I thought it was. No, I don't think so. No, but Rhino, Duchess of Coolsville. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. But fantastic career retrospective. Again, I don't have all of Rickie Lee's albums, so this is awesome. Band I absolutely love. They just never fail to entertain me, impress me. No matter how often I hear the albums, they keep getting better with age. One of my favorite albums of all time, The 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus, The Amazing Spirit. What a great band. This set came out a few years ago. It is called It Shall Be, the Ode and Epic Recordings, 1968 to 1972. If you can read that, I hope so. So this basically is a history of all their studio recordings. It goes like the first album, and then songs from the sessions. There's it goes through all the albums like that, and then songs from the sessions, and then a couple of live tracks, some mono mixes, just a whole assortment of stuff. It's just fantastic, and it's nice hard shell case. There's the albums. I'll show them to you here. This is another one I'm giving 10 out of 10 on because the music's incredible, and it's a really good sounding discs too. Really good. There's the book. We'll go through that in a second. Obviously, that's from the 12 Dreams period on disc 3. And then probably their most famous album. Comes with a little booklet. So, I mean, these aren't, they look like, I guess you could call them box sets, but they're really not. They're more affordable than box sets, and give you a good overview of a band. I mean, this one's pretty in-depth. It's great. Another 10 out of 10. Love this. Tom Petty. This is the most recent, I think, an American treasure after his passing. I believe his family put this one together. It's got a lot of hits. It's got a lot of live tracks. It's 4 CDs. Very well packaged. I mean, just incredible. I believe this is on vinyl as well. Nice booklet. I'm not as crazy about some of the outtakes in here. There's songs on here for some reason I just think are weak. But overall, it's Tom Petty. So even a bad Tom Petty song is a good song. So there's a lot of stuff I've never heard before on here. Some live stuff, again, some studio stuff, some outtakes, a couple of radio promos. They really did a good retrospective of Tom. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. Okay, John Lennon. I have all John's albums, but there was a time when I didn't. I'd sold my records off and didn't have it, and I bought this comp, which is called Give Me Some Truth. It is 4 CDs. The first one called Working Class Hero. Now, what they did was they mixed up all the tracks, so they're not in any particular order. Like this, there's a song Working Class Hero starts it off, but then we get Give Me Some Truth and Happy Christmas, War is Over. So the songs are not chronological at all. Borrowed Time, this one has Mind Games on it, and then Nobody Told Me and Clean Up Time, a lot of stuff that was released at the time of his passing. The rock and roll stuff, Bebop-A-Lula, You Can't Catch Me, Rip It Up, and then stuff from Mind Games and Your Blues Live, Hound Dog Live, Mother from the first P.O.B. album, and then Nobody Knows You When You're Down and Out, Just Like Starting Over. Really, really a nice retrospective. Again, I'll give this a 8 out of 10. It's John. Can I say? All the ones I'm showing I like, so it's hard for me. There's none here that I'm going to give a 3 out of 10 to, because if that was the case, I wouldn't have bought it in the first place, or I would have got rid of it by now. This one I absolutely love. Another 10 out of 10. It's so well done. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, there was a time I only had like 1 or 2 of their albums and wasn't a huge fan back in the day. I loved Lucky Man, but I didn't like a lot of their stuff, and it took me a long time to get into Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Now I think they're amazing. This anthology set is fantastic and really a nice presentation. 3 discs. Hold that up there. Hopefully you guys can read that. This is really the definition of an anthology, a career retrospective. Fantastic stuff on here, man. I just, some of the songs I'd never heard. Like the first time I ever heard the song From the Beginning was on this comp, and then I went, oh my God, that's incredible. How did I miss that song? And ended up buying that album, and now I own pretty much their whole catalog except for that one with the bad cover, Love Beach. I don't have that. But great band and great anthology. Another 10 out of 10 for me. This is fantastic. Again, like I say, these days especially, vinyl's getting so expensive, and even, you know, CDs and whatever. But if you still like buying physical media and you don't want to have 10,000 CDs in your collection, these anthology sets are just right up your alley. Check them out. One of the greatest guitar players of all time who doesn't get enough love, and I got to see him live in clubs and at Massey Hall, and just blew me away every time with his talent, is Roy Buchanan. This is called Sweet Dreams, the anthology. If you've never heard this man play a Telecaster, man, you are missing something. There's Roy there, one of the greatest guitar players who ever lived. Died tragically. Another picture of Roy playing there. He played a lot with Robbie Robertson early on, and Robbie learned a lot from Mr. Buchanan. He was also considered as a bassman in the Rolling Stones when they were looking for somebody after Brian Jones left. But this is just full of great stuff. He does an incredible instrumental version of Patsy Cline's Sweet Dreams. Oh my God, it's just absolutely beautiful. And Pete's Blues, The Messiah Will Come, is an incredible song. Just great blues and rock and whatever, but just an incredible guy, incredible performer. Sadly, died too soon. And I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. Roy Buchanan. Last but not least, Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash always deserves a 10 out of 10, but this is called The Legend, and looks like a box set, and I guess it is, but it's 4 CDs, and it's a great career retrospective, and pretty cheap too. I think I bought it on Amazon for like $25 or something like that, but man, it's, how can you go wrong with this much Johnny? I don't have any Johnny Cash albums in my collection, nothing on vinyl. And the only thing I have is retrospectives. I got like a greatest hits, and I've got Folsom Prison Live, I think. That's pretty much it. So this one is covers everything, every hit song, every deeper track. It's just fantastic. The first disc is called Place and Show, the hits. So it's got all the hits on it. And then disc 2, old favorites and new. Hey Porter's on there, Cry, Cry, Cry. Get Rhythm, which is my favorite Johnny Cash song. Disc 3, The Great American Songbook. Wreck of the Old 97, Rock Island Line, Goodnight Irene, Born to Lose, Walkin' the Blues, Delia's Gone, all kinds of cool stuff. And then disc 4, Family and Friends, with the Carter family, and a lot of stuff with the Carter family. Girl from the North Country, the song with Bob Dylan, the song with Marty Stewart on here, who I'm really getting into recently. Ray Charles. Just a ton of great stuff. Just a great comp that's very affordable. So that's it. That's all I got. One more thing. I want to give a shout out to a new channel. Irwin is the gentleman's name. He's been a big supporter of my channel, and him and I share quite similar taste in music, and he always makes long, thoughtful comments on my channel, and I appreciate it so much. And he started his own channel, and he's blowing me away with his content so far. I wrote it down here so everyone could check it out. It's called Taste the Dirt Through Your Ears. Now, see the way he spells that? Taste with a capital T, and then the with a small t, and dirt with a capital D, and through and your with small letters, and then ears with a big letter, and his name is Irwin. Please go to his new channel, subscribe, watch his video. He did a contest entry for TC at TKR Video Central, and it's one of the best contest entries I've ever watched. It's so informative. If any of you guys who isn't a fan of Steve Carlson, Steve was one of my mentors when I first started, and someone who really inspired me, and he's one of the nicest guys in the vinyl community, and so knowledgeable, and always shows cool stuff. different stuff. I've picked up so many albums watching Steve, and his delivery is just so comforting and laid back. And Irwin has that same style of delivery, man. You could just listen to him talk all day, and he's got such a great collection, great knowledge of music. I can't speak highly enough of this guy. He only had 12 subscribers to start off, so taste the dirt through your ears. Please, please, please go over, subscribe, leave a comment, tell him Glenn sent you, and enjoy his videos. Thank you so much. We'll be talking from Florida in a couple days. Take care.